This alert that we're going to see is a zip pink highest alert, or setup, whatever you want to call it. And obviously on the scanner they're real easy to pick up. But this one is unique in that I call it a diving board. And you can see here on the video, you can see here on the chart that the zip pink has, whereas the green has just gone up and dropped right down, the zip pink has continued out over the top. And hence, to me, it looked like a diving board. You see, once in a while, you'll see these on the bottom and you'll see them on the top. And it's basically a pink high alert, zip pink high alert. They normally don't drop as much as this one has dropped, because it's obviously significant. It goes from $51 down to $41 overnight. But there are some unique issues to it, and one of them is divergence, and I will show you that now. I'll just kind of go through these individually. The power chart has a zip yellow that is, or excuse me, a power yellow that is going down. And of course the power yellow pink went down significantly. Now if you let's take a look at the candles once. I want to show you. See, what has happened here is on this day right here, we have a closing that went higher, and hence we got the green candle. On this day right here, we actually closed higher than the previous close, but we opened up much lower. And typically when it opens up much lower, even if it ends up higher like it did, it still is representative of a down move for our system, because of our sensitivity to what pressures we're trying to track. And so it becomes obvious over here on the trend chart. And remember, like down here on the power chart, your power green and power orange are just steadily climbing. We're over zero, and this doesn't happen very often, but the power green and power orange went down on the same day on this example. So you know there was a lot of impact to this drop. But the point I want to make is that your trend chart, your trend lines, they drop faster than your long-term power green and orange and your swing red and green. They move quicker. They give us some reaction time much faster than the old standbys that we've used to keep track of long-term trends. And the trend blue, pink, and yellow are in their first day of a downturn. And so we have a green candle on that downturn. We also, again, this is key because we set this as an alert. We have a trend red down with a green candle. And the same is true with the power red over here. We have a power red down with a green candle. So that's unusual. We do set those as alerts to identify a unusual situation, because it's not normal for trend red to be down with a green candle. So, and we also see here that our in this case all 5 lines are going down, the 2 narrow red and green lines and the 3 wide blue, pink, and yellow. And the gray has come up, and trend gray has leading indicator aspects to it, and so and it does show, will show divergence. So that's just normal for the trend gray, which is great. One of the real keys to this thing, I mean, we didn't necessarily spot this thing. You could set an alert on swing pink being divergent, but the real key for us was the high pink alert, because those are easy to find, and you do have to just examine each one and make sure it's what you want. But it's these kind of alerts that, again, we send out on our email. But I suspect that, because you normally, on a pink diving board, you normally do not see a drop this big. What I really think is going on is this right down here, and that is the swing pink is up on this day. So if I went over to this green candle, that red vertical line, the swing pink is up on that day. The swing pink is going down every day after that. And as you know, swing pink is probably my favorite leading indicator, along with the zip red. And when the swing pink is going down 5 days and the candle prices are going up, then that really creates a divergent situation. And you've heard me talk about the crescent move where it goes up, 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 up 4 or 5 days. Well, here in this case here, the swing Zion has gone up from this point, has gone up 4 more days, and that's very typical. It just does like a crescent move and does 4 or 5, and then it goes down. So the setup that we see in the swing, if we looked at it and we opened it up and just happened to be looking at it, I would look at that swing Zion and say, hey, this thing's going down pretty soon. And then, of course, if you put everything else together, you would see that it's a good move to go down. And you can also tell, like, if you look at your it's pretty hard to see on here, but every high from 2 days back, from that day right there, that was the highest point in the last 10 days. And then in the next one, this one over here had a lower high, this one here had a lower high. And so we can see that the sensitive pressure identification is down. And as a trader, as a trader with using this system, I obviously know that. While I'm here, I do want to talk about this one over here, because we got a nice green candle, and I do want to identify with what's happening on that situation. So I'm going to move these indicators over here and just briefly look at this and see what we got. And when I look at it, I see that the zip pink is not the lowest, and that's an unusual situation. It's normally not something that what we'd like to see is the zip pink is lowest next to the green for a go up. But what we do see is, possibly you've seen another video that I think a couple of them now that I've done, where we have a higher right leg W in the zip pink, and you can have 1 or 2 days up and 1 or 2 days down. Usually it's a 3-day deal, like it's either 2 up and 1 down, or like in this case it's 1 up and 2 down, and we still got a high right leg W. The zip pink is still at 3.0, so it's not the lowest, but I mean, I've seen it reverse when pink was in the teens. So it's definitely, that right, and you also know the power of the right leg W. The right leg W has more power than a lot of other line setups that we see. And this, of course, down here is very unique, and it's a result of, obviously, of this back here where 7 days ago or whatever it just dropped through the toilet again. But when I say this, I'm talking about this design right down in here. You don't see that very often as well. But again, that's that right leg W, I'm sure, is what's driving it. We see divergence over in the other columns. We've got the similar thing here in Zion. We have a 1 up, 2 down right leg in the swing Zion, and we have looks like, oh, excuse me, it's 2 and 2. No, let me see. It is 1 and 3 in the Zion, and it's 1 and 3 exactly the other way in the yellow, swing yellow, and it's 2 and 2 in the swing pink. So we got BOCs and TOCs just running throughout this situation here, which you know, and your trend gray is in a right leg notch as well, and your zip green and excuse me, your trend green and your trend red are both going up, and the reds crossed over the blue, and but the three long-term trend lines, yellow, pink, blue, are down, and so it's at that turnaround time, you know. Red started going up right here, or not here, on this green line, just to show you the divergence that's going on. Trend red started going up, and these candles were all going down for the next 3 days, except maybe the first one. But it just shows when you spot these divergent things, when something is going the wrong way from the price action, the candle action, that should get your attention to observe what's around you and see if you can pick up on a signal. And you know, obviously our system is just filled with signals, and that's what this video is about. It's you may not have seen what I describe as a diving board before, but do remember that there are pink diving boards right at the bottom, like 2, 3, 4, 5 from the bottom, and the green's gone up and the diving board sticks out. And of course, this is I'll say, I don't want to say normal, but this is a good one. The diving board always does real good out of all the pink highs. The diving board really does well. I mean, here's an example right over here. We have a pink diving board. So, you know, I don't know what all we have a pink diving board, and we're trading in an uptrend. See, the pink diving board says we're going down, but the green and the orange say we're going up. So that's really one that would be a poor investment to do, because you're fighting the trend. So in my mind, there's really no point in doing that, because everything we see here, everything's going up, but we know that when pink is highest, that it goes down. And you go to the next day and you go, yeah, pink went down, but you know, it looks like it was only a couple of pennies. So it really wasn't worth messing with that particular trade. And if we would examine the other ones, they're probably, well, let's do that here. We're right after this green one, which puts us over here. Yeah, your swing red and green are also going up real strong. So it's just not the move that you want to make, because you know, and obviously our indicators are so fast that we pick up on moves before the long-term lines have a chance to move, which is fantastic for us. But you got to kind of read between the lines occasionally. So, but it's exciting. I just love the business. I think you'll find it exciting as well as you get to know our system, because it really does show you moves that will that you can identify and, you know, see that tomorrow it's going up or tomorrow it's going down. Can't see everyone, but boy, can we see a lot of them.